Okay, I've already forgotten what this check was. It was composure.
What do you want?
I want you to stay put for a second. Composure. Hold on, what am I... Extract confession? Yeah, I mean, I know. I know, I'm with you. Okay. Composure. We definitely have some composure clothing. And I'm confident he's not going to shoot me at this point. I think we have some composure clothing. I'm actually, now that I think of it, not 1,000% certain. We also have skill points. Okay. The time for boots is over. The time for my ridiculous green snakeskin shoes has returned. We haven't worn those in quite some time. And then we do have some skill points here too. We could hit this check a couple of times if we absolutely have to. And I think there's a pretty good chance we will, because it's a real low roll right now. Okay, I think that's the best we can do. You know, sometimes to get what you need out of a suspect, all you have to do is change your shoes a couple of times.
What do you want?
Let's assess his body language. Oh wow, I just hit it. Okay. What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild, he is surprisingly okay. Indeed. He speaks fluidly, his movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. I mean, above all, he seems animated. Animated by what? It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost, too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the log or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. Great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief, despair, and dementia? You've seen demented people before. This feels similar yet different. When his thoughts move, they're lucid, keen even, not senile. Well, I mean, wouldn't a foul temper just be a byproduct of his life? Perhaps, but this seems more than that. The inner turmoil takes unexpected turns, as if forced on him in a way. In summary, you sense some underlying neurological disorder. Mr. Dross, are you okay? How's your memory? He waves his hand, chasing something that's not there. No, I'm not okay. I shit blood and I'm surrounded by insane people. There it is again, erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course. I think we should maybe take the gun. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand, frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed onto the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood, Triangong 446, made in Sinyao. Let's look a little closer. Nope, that's the same option. It's just, it's hard to tell that you've already done it when it's highlighted. This uses jacketed ammunition, 446. The right type and the right caliber. The lieutenant nods, glancing at the gun. He's liking this. And it's as he said, it's a Triangong made in Sinyao. No one says it has to be a Belmagrave. The lieutenant does not take his eyes off the old man. We were just guessing. From ballistics, it could easily have been a Triangong too. It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanti. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does. The old man keeps following your motions with his gaze. His left arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It would be used against him, later. One more time, Mr. Dross. The Colonel. We need to talk about you killing him. Petty bourgeois law. He snorts and spits. This is all you care about, right? The only thing in the world for you types. Drop of blood in the saliva. Okay, pile it on him now. 3 should do it, maybe 4? Maybells, behind the victim's window. I saw them growing here. Damn Maybells. He looks at the blossoming field. The whole island is turning white with them. He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. Strange mood swing. So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away. I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinez. Only here. They blossom on the islets before. We fertilized them with our blood. He looks to the water. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it. South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets turning green, with white flowers in white snow. The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with. You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. The lieutenant's voice is soft and friendly. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops? I may. A curious tremor passes his face. A young woman called Klasia. Ring any bells? Flowers like these were behind her window. Klasia. You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary. With the victim. He turns his sight from the whitening field of flowers and falls silent. Then the muscles in his jaw twitch. A spasm. There is a small tremble. It looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing. Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa... He looks at his running shoes covered in mud. Some shit. Show me the soles, please, Mr. Dross. Fucking imbecile. The old man stretches out his leg. A black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of the worn-out old running shoes on his feet. The maker of it is called Sansarik, and the size is 42 to 44. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern soles you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size. The size fits, but not the sole. The lieutenant comes to the same conclusion. Well, you know what I have is a well-developed sense of drama. Wait, maybe it's simpler than that. Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now. Hey, okay, well that doesn't seem like a thing I should have had to pass a check for. People change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there, near the room the victim died in, sneaking around. Racking those brains, are you? He squints at you, black pearls gleaming with hatred. Desperate to report something back to your masters. They must have really loved that dead fuck. The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance. You've almost got him. Just a last little push. We don't have a whole lot of pushing left to do here. Well, I don't need your cooperation. I've got this. Show him his own rifle that he just put down. Ha. Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there? It's a real gun. He points at the lieutenant's sidearm. Not like your musketeer pistols. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? He chortles. Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed. Damn, he saw you. He watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting. So he saw you. Okay, so what? Don't let it divert you. Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon. You know what? The lieutenant looks at the weapon demonstratively. You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? Yeah, I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon. Good. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single line. This feels good, doesn't it? Tying things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer. Murder. The old man does not say more. He just glances into the reeds and then twitches once more. Like a marionette on some invisible string. He suddenly jerks to life. You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armed and armored and armed. He wasn't human. The the blunt end of a hammer dripping with blood. Now, he was a soldier too. He was a man. Beating us to the ground, moaning with joy, he breathes in with strange animation. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. He looks you dead in the eye, pupils shaking. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds. He breathes through flared nostrils. This is it. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him. So you shot him. Oh, the inhumanity. He closes his black eyes. One paramilitary less in Revachol. You can almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from the anger. The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. While the lieutenant listens, holding his breath, I will also hold my breath. I had them in my sights, both of them, him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase, and I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. He begins to smile. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore, but I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death and that stupid look on his face. The smile quivers, and his dick still in her. Then what? Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here, I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did. The lieutenant just looks at him for 1, maybe 2 seconds, then breaks the silence. Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder? Yes. A single word is all he gives. The lieutenant takes out his notebook slowly, very slowly. And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him. The old man nods. Why? Because that's what they were doing. He shrugs, then smacks his lips. The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. I don't understand. He turns to you. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part. Why were you looking at them that night? I'm always looking. He cocks his head to the side, then turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his left side, lower in intensity. Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? He explains. I'm just trying to understand. A rifle's scope has the best magnification. And if you don't like it... Click. You pull the trigger. Yes, he looks you in the eye. Think of it as a form of critique. He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it. You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift. So, what specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder? Them fucking. He looks at the charred wood. I didn't like that. Do we push him on the jealousy angle? I mean, it probably wasn't jealousy. He's outraged, and we have a pretty good idea of why at this point. I think we just say okay then? I mean, maybe... No, we should press him. We should make him keep talking. He's going to deny this, but the denial is valuable. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted her to see his head explode. He nods. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for 1 more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. He squints. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her, but he shrugs. Can't have everything. This man has seen past her, like you did. How long have you been watching her? Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning behind the Feld building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night moving. past the Feld building, on the coast. What was she doing there? Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her. Smoking. She was nervous, but not scared. What do you think she hid there? Her passport, and tickets to Villers. He coughs. And from there to Kasherbroom. In the Free State of Semenine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale. Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it. Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually. Sloppy, we should have gotten her to tell us about this. The lieutenant mutters to himself. Did you take the documents? No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to fall... He seems confused momentarily. I mean... Moving on. Did you continue watching her after this? I did. He almost smiles. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. He nods. A spook, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here, to do drugs and have sex like animals. You could tell she was a spook from the documents. Yeah, she had different color hair in the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio. He's setting it up for you. The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope. And you could see her bruises through the scope of the rifle. You can't see bruises in a scope. It's just a blur. He shakes his silvery gray head. So how does he know those minute details about her body? Hell yeah, passed on a 5. It quickly comes to you. The bruises on her body. Any chance you've seen them through a hole in a wall? Oh, yes. He smacks his lips, cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife, masturbating. Did you make that hole? The clip-point knife. Good for listening in, too, for hearing the moaning and the snorts. You ever see her through a window on a roof? Like that, too, yeah. He nods, bending like a bow against the glass. So you've been through the secret route behind the whirling in rags. Those were your footprints there. You just changed your shoes. I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny. And that, too. Yes, that, too. He shakes his head, almost in awe. Things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good, he explains. Funny, the way light works. You turn it on inside and it gets so dark out you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but he keeps shaking his head. Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen, a quick glance at you, then at the man. So how did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop? I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour's a good time. Kitchen's empty. You had to open the steel door in the kitchen. How? Oh, I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there, I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope. He points toward the whirling in rags. And he found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window. How long had you been watching her? No, that's a question I'd already asked. Now I have to wind back here. I really wish it was a little bit more obvious that I've asked stuff when I'm mousing over it, but also, I should remember. We could ask if he has feelings for the woman, but I don't know that it matters much, right? We already have him on motive. What the hell. Did you have feelings for that woman? He sighs. There's nothing to hold on to, only this. It's not enough. The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying? Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. He looks to the city. It's weakness, I know. Was that why you left the dried flowers behind her window? No. He starts to shake his head. A sunflower on a withered stalk. So why then? I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes. When was this? The day after I'd killed him. And so you brought her Maybells? Yes. He looks at the chart logs. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore. It's as if something put the thought there to leave the flowers. Something put the thought in you, a compulsion. What do you mean, put? He raises his eyes. They're round and wide. Oh, I think I hit a nerve. A brief flash of terror. I just got this feeling from what you said. You agree? Did I... Okay, that's a pretty hard check, actually. Maybe. He lowers his head and just stares at the logs. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. You came 10 years ago. I would have killed you. He wipes his eye. In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more. So in conclusion, it wasn't about him. It was about her. Her, he repeats, staring at the ashes, then the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his eye. The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. The old man looks at you, suddenly remembering something. Where is she, that Klaasje? I haven't seen her there for days. Well, she got away, but she led us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the sea fort. Gone. He looks to the city and nods. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week. At the island, like she knew. He sighs. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right in me. He adds, to no one in particular, it doesn't matter. Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, cold rain falls on 40-story towers. Above them, Lausanne's Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the gray sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south. Smaller, distant, hidden. Not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the spring air below her. Streets and towers, tenements and water, and across it a dark strip of ruins barely visible if she didn't squint her eyes. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette. We could get more. The lieutenant uses the opportunity to tell you, in a lowered voice. We've got him talking. Yeah, who knows what he's seen and done over the years. I suppose we ought to ask. You been looking at anything else you haven't liked? A tragicomedy. He shakes to life. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers. A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put-put-put of hatred. More specifically? Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez, he shakes his head in grave disgust. Martinez is the worst. How come? Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows in the ruins in their lorries. He points inland. Pumped full of steroids and radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a social democrat who runs it. Mr. Clare. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class. Yeah, I'm just going to let him keep going. I think I got him wound up now. Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. Intense like animals. He points to the church. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs. He keeps shaking his head with sorrow for the sight he missed. And is that all? The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucreant on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade in the ruins, too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon or Croyant Moraine or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children. Yeah, let's just keep letting him go. That's all the rich really want, sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt Fristle is now dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna let's just keep letting him go. We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores. What follows is ominous mumbling. You can't make out a single word. The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. It does tend to do that. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people. Might be worth investigating. Ask about that cock on parade, too. Make sure you get everything here. Disco whores? Whores is all he says. Even that word has to be pushed through his teeth with great force. The rage seethes too hard. There was something about the statue on the roundabout and syphilis? Syphilis is a disease Philip II contracted in a whorehouse. He fires quickly. That statue is an abomination. Abomination? The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monuments of himself. His son, Philip III the Insane, contracted syphilis in the womb. He breathes in with a wheeze of hatred. That is technically possible, although Philip III was not actually syphilitic. He was just mad. And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues, too, hundreds of them. But it's still there. What a keen remark, he sputters. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. And do you know why? We could say the king is holy and his statues are indestructible straight or ironically. Well, because cynical advertising yuppies erected a deconstructed version of it is why. That's right, some advertising cockroaches erected a cynical deconstruction of it. We tore it down with honest working-class plastic explosives. And there it is again. He shakes his head in disgust. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity. Every gallery should be bulldozed. The artists should all be given 30 years of hard labor in Yekokata. Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot. That was him. It had to be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more complicated shot from here. So it was you. You shot the statue. There was a bullet hole in his heart. I did, he nods. A needless, sentimental gesture. I should have spared the bullet for a deformed monster of liberal capitalism. Shameful, really. Yes, shameful. The lieutenant takes a quick note. So many others to punish over the years. Isn't that right, detective? Yeah, that's it for the statue, then. Tell me, Mr. Dross. The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is. Probably got a fat check for it, too, shared with the law. You mentioned the union is social democratic, and Mr. Clare a farce of a social democrat. Another hideous disappointment. He pokes at the ash. Unions are the real enemy, the true enemy of the proletariat, placating the masses. Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the union's top brass. So wait, who's a disappointment? Everard Clare? That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean the brains of the operation, the smart one. Edgar? You mean Edgar Everett's brother? The old man chortles with a nod. He talks a big game about uprising and social base. They must have sent the smart one to some university in Le Jardin where it's alienation this and hegemony that. So you've talked to Edgar? First against the wall with him. He stopped poking at the ash now. Just shakes his head. The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing. Of course. Maybe the Clares asked him to. Have you approached them? I haven't approached anyone. I've hid. It was Edgar who came to me. How did he know you were here? He didn't just stumble in like an oaf, he nods to you. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains. He points to the path leading to the tower. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. He shrugs. Well, I was right about one of those things. When was this? 20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then. That's around the time the Clares came to power. What did you talk about? Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I was a fossil in uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle, flaunted his pink degree, even quoted Mazov. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Mazov. He suddenly remembers. Oh, and charity, too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought. And he just let you be here. Let me be here? He looks around. The SAR is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this. They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy? Mr. Dross, did you kill the Krenel mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot? You know why I killed that fucker. He shakes his head. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again. Again? What have you done for Edgar before? Tried teaching him some Mazovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways. I really kind of wish I had not abandoned that thought. Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them, but he's insinuating something. This is a pretty hard logic check, but I am all the way on top of it. I'm not sure we're going to get a chance to come back to this the way this conversation's shaping up, so I think I'm just going to go for it. We could push this higher, but let's just try it. The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. Dark, cold water. 20 years ago, when you met Edgar, the Clares didn't run the Union yet, did they? Huh. A sputter from the old man. He acknowledges it. Here we go, a twist behind the dark bend. Who did? That bourgeois cow, Tufane Holly was her name. He narrows his eyes. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. Never seen a labor leader so hot on mutual cooperation. And money, she liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and deal maker. His eyes glisten suddenly with hatred. And then she just disappeared. Called in, they say, on the eve of battle, ran away, vanished like a piss stain. He squints and smiles at the black logs. No, that's not quite it, is it? Did she? The lieutenant's voice is calm. They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really her daughter, was it? No, I guess it wasn't. You could swear you see the embers glow again under his eyes on the dust. Edgar had someone make the call. Why is that, Mr. Dross? She couldn't make the call herself. Here it is, the bend in the river. Why? Because she was dead. Should we push, or should we just let him unfurl? I don't know if he will on this one. No, he likes to talk. I'm just going to let him talk. The cow caught a bullet in her right lung, fell into a canal grasping her tit and drowned. Or bled, hard to say. It was a sloppy job, and a moving target. She was going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was. The ruins were black around her, and she had a yellow leather bag under her arm. She tried to cross the canal. Heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new battlements for the people who flourish in the hell around her. And the ruins. So you shot her. Someone shot her, he shrugs. His eyes grow cold suddenly. Or maybe the cow just fell. My memory's full of holes. All I know is... nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony. There was no uprising, just words. The Union fizzled, sogged. Nothing came of it. Nothing. Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal. A sputter again. Nothing more. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk. The lieutenant says in a voice even calmer, as if it were nothing at all. We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment. We could even extradite you to the Samaran People's Republic. A degenerate worker state. Goat shit. No thank you. I'm Revacholian, he spits. My days are short. I will to rot away here. That's probably supposed to be not, right? Well, not rot away here in a moral intern... Oh, no, I guess I will rot away here because he's saying he won't testify. But you did do it. I saw it happen and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live and fought for 40 years to end up a collaborationist. I've heard it on Channel 8, 40 a.m., Radio Revachol late night. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slaughtered, trampled. He looks to the city. The same old freezing hatred. By the cock parading in his colorful uniform, you mean Renee. Every fucking morning for 34 years. He grinds his teeth in rage. Throwing that ball, one ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls play it like it was life itself. Click-clack. He makes the sound of balls connecting. Across the water each day. And that uniform like a parrot's plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A petanque maniac race traitor. Yep, let's just let him keep talking. Yeah, I remember him. He points to his black eye. I remember him from La Noche, maybe? Not him personally, but his make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. With his shaky finger, he points to the city, toward the crater near the plaza where a lonely pine tree stands. That one. There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston, alone. This time I think I'm going to interrupt him. The way he's talking, it sounds like he didn't kill him. Which is good to know. I was a little curious. There's no one there. Fat and plump like a pheasant. He doesn't hear you. Just begging to be popped off. A grin stretches across his face and he says very softly, "Please, Mr. Dross, shoot me." So you'd like to kill him. The smile lingers. Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bonbon melt in my mouth. Save the treat for later, the lieutenant asks cheerfully. He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat. For the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock Renee. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls and I suddenly feel... He lets out a wistful sigh. Better. I even hid one bullet so I'd always have one. For him. The lines on his face straighten as he looks inland. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood. Renee's dead. He died of old age a couple of days ago. No. Yes. The old communist looks at you, his blackberry eyes shaking, in disbelief. I waited too long. I waited too long and now he's dead. I'm sorry, Mr. Dross, the lieutenant says softly. I understand you knew him for a long time. That's a real weird thing to say here. They're all dead now. He just shakes his head. Fuck it. If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done it. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands, his health ailing. I'm sorry. Fuck you, the old communard says, staring at the ground, seemingly to the island you're on. Are you okay, Mr. Dross, to go on? I don't need to pry into this. We can let him sit with this. Hey, you think I haven't seen people die? That's all I've seen them do. Fucking die. All the other plans we had to love, to colonize the Pale, it's all fucked. He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure. Yeah, I'm glad we talked about this. Now... Glad we talked about what? Another erratic gesture. He's trembling. Yosef Lilyanovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of Ellis Kortener. What? The old man's eyes fill with sudden, unexpected terror at the words. But you said I would be taken to the... The terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting. The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation. Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand? But... Kim, he's afraid. No, I don't want to. I have to stay here. He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror. He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead. Your confirmation is not required, sir. The lieutenant turns to you. Now, onto the boat. Wait. That's a very difficult perception check. Fingers crossed. Man, oh man, oh man, please let me pass this. I'm so curious what this could possibly be. Damn it. Thought you heard something, but it's just the reeds. Maybe we could all fit in there. We could all fit in the little boat? Actually, no. So, does it have room for... It's weird for this option to still be here, for it to still say first say after I have already said other things. And does it have room for 3? Not really. He shakes his head. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here, but then who watches him while you're coming back here? You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you? What is this farce? He looks around with a strange desperation. This is a fucking farce. I can't... Lillian, you could ask her, maybe. Maybe I can just ask that net picker to watch him? What a weird little conversation to be having at this moment. Oh, this is no harmless old man. The lieutenant shakes his head. This fucking world. He stares at something, who knows what, in the dust. This world, what is this? Below the confusion and rage, a fit of jamais vu like yours. The thought passes. More pressing matters take its place. No, listen now. I don't have the ability to listen now? If I had held off on the perception check, I guess maybe we would have had a bonus to it now. You could come back for me once you've taken him to the precinct? No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and transport the prisoner, I'll be here. I can escort him to the pier with you. No need to be polite, I'll do it. This world, the old man repeats. What are you talking about? Is this... His voice drowns out in a sudden gush of wind. Us? The wind is cold, from the east. Your skin is crawling suddenly. What a strange... Huh. Oh my god. That can't be really happening, right? A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence. Excuse me. That voice I've been doing for this dude is killing me. Well, I wouldn't say what is that. I know what that is. let's just blink. Let's just take a moment here and really drink this in. It's still there. An unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place. I don't have the option. I must say, what is that? The old man looks at the reeds, then at you. What are you talking about? I don't know what the hell that is. No, that's ridiculous. I should know what this is. We spent so much time talking about it. The giant stick insect. He looks confused. There's nothing there. The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster, but you don't have a gun. There is! I see it! Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds. Kim, can you see it? I can see it. 4 simple words. Thank God. If he can see it, then you're not insane. Either that or we've gotten into some serious, folie à deux shit here. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly in absolute silence, its limbs long and slender. Be very, very careful, the lieutenant whispers, then takes a step toward the giant anthropod. I guess we will? This cannot possibly really be happening, right? The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. Oh my god, I am so good. I laid the pheromone on super thick. Oh my god, I'm a genius. This is the Insulindian phasmid. The lieutenant whispers behind you. You hear the unfamiliar ring of his jacket unzipping. Slowly, painstakingly so. You glance over your shoulder. The man holds a piece of milled aluminum. He begins to pull it open extremely carefully. It's the camera. No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now. Kim, the flash is loud. It won't like that.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
Yo, dude, with a photo? Still no one is going to believe us. He continues to pull the lens open. From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear. Stop, let me approach it first.
One of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He has stopped fiddling with the camera, but he doesn't put it down. You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. The motions are quick, sudden. Just listen to me.
Okay.
The lieutenant puts his finger to his lips and nods. The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you. Its antennae taking their measure of the air slowly. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna just approach really carefully. Please, for the love of Christ, do not let me roll a 2 at this moment. I was gonna say, a big failure there would be kind of very appropriate though, wouldn't it? Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in and expel air. It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water. Okay, Kim, take the picture. Okay. With a slow ring of metal, the lieutenant slides the lens open and raises it to eye level. There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you. In 3, the man whispers, his voice is tense. If it moves, you jump back, I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light, head turned toward the lieutenant. Hypnotized by the flash, It stands frozen before you. I got it, you hear the lieutenant whisper, as the creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds in the sky, and you as a shadow before it. For all time. Weird. So I probably shouldn't try to touch it, right? It's not gonna... Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I've never had an experience like this before. I'm not gonna try to touch it. I don't think it's a good idea to try to touch it. It will touch me if it wants to be touched. You got it. Don't say it. Are you sure? This may be the only chance you get to touch it. Oh, man. Oh, man. No, I'm sure. I don't need to touch it. I think it's kind of more beautiful if it stays ephemeral in that way, you know? We got it, Kim. A shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you. Hello, I'm Harry. I really wish I had the option to say I'm Raphael here. I'm just going to raise my hand slowly. It doesn't speak English. The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly there is silence. Raise the other hand too? As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as if each has a mind of its own. They are white like stalks of porcelain, knitting above you. Praying to you. Wait, don't pray to me, I'm nothing. Thanks, date of birth generator. The reed creature does not stop its stridulations. It towers above you, parting the reeds it emerged from. Tuft-like structures still rustle on its joints. Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am. No reply. A total, ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. Stridulations of its limbs continue all around you. Well, I mean, we gotta look. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouthparts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell like you've never felt before. Like burnt roses. Kim, it's foaming. Careful, it may be poisonous. The lieutenant watches you apprehensively. The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouthparts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning. Apricot blossoms. White blossoms erupting. A sensation, like cold hands on your face. I'm so glad I put points into Inland Empire. Yeah, let's, tell me, what are you doing? I exist. What exactly are you? I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulindian Isola. For the last 350 years I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and buoys. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain, also by the soldiers of the Revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the Citizens' Militia in Revachol, district of Martinez, March 51. Is this a dream? What is happening? No, you are awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real. Are you the miracle? No, you are the miracle. How? The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively median life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness. A volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet. The Pale, too, came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Gnarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all. I don't have that kind of power. You are a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Given enough time, you would wipe us all out and replace us with nothing, just by accident. How? We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse. Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts. Worse how? Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nerve mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day? Or just forget? Jeez, wow. I will be extra careful not to blink, Stick Insect. Don't worry. No, I think this is something. This is something we've been building to, right? This is the gloaming I've been waiting for ever since I woke up in that hotel room. So it is already happening. One day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed. Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure? It doesn't look like it, no. What does it look like? You're just staring at it, he whispers. Then, I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind. Okay. After a second, the lieutenant asks, is it somehow related to the case? No, I told you what it's about. I kind of want to laugh nervously and say I have transcended the case. This is too perfectly our character not to say it. The case is meaningless compared to this. Laugh nervously. I have totally transcended the case. I think you should back away from the unstudied species now. Yeah. You know, I exist too. Tell me what it's like for you. If I tell you what will happen, then I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it's fire, burning. Fire. Where? Inside. I do not have fire inside me. In me there is not even blood, but lymph, like sap from a wine palm. Now I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist. Intruded upon by what? Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn. The fuck is happening to me right now? I don't know. You're just a shadow for me. Far away, faintly transmitting, but for a curious smell. I think I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive, deeply chaotic nightmare of an instrument. Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you, with all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass, eternal damnation. Even when you're sleeping, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you. It was very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together. That must be incredibly hard. The anthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we are watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you. And when you fall, we will come to raise you up, bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you, and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I am just a leaf eater. In honor of your will, Lieutenant Ifritor, that you kept from falling apart in the face of sheer terror, day after day, second by second. Detective. All right, Brain. I'm a detective? So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect? I think I was born to detect you? Yes, no one detected me for such a long, long time. For thousands of years, I dithered out of sight, draped myself in greenery. This is my masterpiece. No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, Detective, dripping of blood that smells like strawberries, across the calm sea, the first in 1,000 years. So where does this come from? I mean, all this around us, the world. Well, not even the birds know that. Not even the water lilies. Then all we can do is beat our fists against it day after day with no answer? You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or a reed. Wait, so you look like a reed, but also you eat reeds? Yes, they don't mind. Have you ever accidentally eaten another reed, Phasmid? I know this is a sensitive thing to ask, but I can't not know. I can't just sit here and not know. Yes, I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It was an accident. I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all. That was really all, like everything. No, there is one more. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the most beautiful. He's not the kindest, he ate his children, but he is the most beautiful. Thank you. I have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class. I will. I think I have it under control. I will. She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that. I think we just disengage now. As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water. The long limbs carry its feather weight without breaking the surface. We got a picture. I fucking told you I'd find this thing. That's the most insane thing that has ever happened to me. And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there among the reeds, a collection of items. It's gone. The lieutenant looks north, with his hand raised to his brow. Hey, what's that in the reeds? He squints. Looks like a nest of some sort? We should have a look. It can just walk on water? Apparently, yes. Like a water strider, only... He shakes his head with amazement. I've never seen anything like that in my life. So what now? What now? The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black. I'm going to be honest with you, I thought for sure we were going to turn around and he was going to be gone. In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state. Our suspect not looking so good. We need to check on him. Hold on a second. I need to have this thought first, and then we need to look at what the thing left behind. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell. In the old military hospital on the ground floor where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope. -1 difficulty to all physical passives is like very, very good. And then, yeah, man, that's a good thought. That's a good, strong thought right there. I have so many skill points. We keep getting XP. I had assumed that this interview was the end of the game, but, like, why would I be getting all these skill points? Hold on a second, I gotta look at this. You stay right there. He left me the helmet! And also, a rifle scope that is very valuable. Brother, you've managed to collect all the armor pieces. Oh, there weren't pants. Too bad it's too late for the big showdown. Yeah, I don't think this helmet would have helped me anyway. It would have looked very impressive. Still, you found it all. Now your mortal coil is completely protected. Few cops are this futuristic. At least now I am truly invincible. Hold on, I'm going to put all the armor on. I hope that makes sense to everybody. This monstrous-looking, bug-eyed ceramic helmet was in the phasmid's nest. It still has some reeds sticking out of it, and it smells of seawater, but it's otherwise wearable, if not exactly comfortable. Putting it on feels scary somehow. I did it. I'm the armor man. Oh wait, hold on. I don't have the boots on. I did it. I am the armor man. I'm bad at my job, but I'm good at other things. I think that's what we've learned today. Honestly, I'm okay at my job. We solved it, right?
From me? I can't go.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid? See. He stares at the reeds and falls silent. Mr. Dross. The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets, his gap-toothed mouth shaking. With fear and longing. I'm going to wave my hand in front of his eyes. A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly. He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The lieutenant inspects him gently. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Dross? The trembling mouth appears to sigh. Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid. What has happened to this man? Old age and shock. He looks at him, then you. I think it's the phasmid? Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. He looks at you. But you think it's something more than that, don't you? There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke. Before, when I evaluated his state, he seemed strangely animated. He nods. He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse. Perhaps this animation is induced by something in the phasmid? He does not seem to be animated now, once it's left. He looks to the sea. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall. He takes off his glasses and cleans them. When he puts them on, he's still staring at the sea. He couldn't see it, Kim. It's just reeds for him. That could be part of the shock, but you're right. Something is off here. Mr. Dross, he touches the man's shoulder. No response. He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it in its company? He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe... He looks at his notebook. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all this. He shakes his head in disbelief. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo. No one would believe you without it. We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross. He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should show him the detached scope? He turns his eyes to it. You lost it, Mr. Dross. He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes. He lost the scope, and it somehow made its way over there, with the help of a magpie phasmid. The lieutenant observes the lens sparkle in your hand. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot? Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being. I'm still going to tap on my very good helmet, though. Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left wherever he is. The last embers have gone out. The war is over. If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would pull it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up, or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible. Yeah, that's the part of this that's incredible, Kim. Excuse me. We've been going forever, and I'm pretty bushed. I'm going to let you rest now, Mr. Dross. The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal. Okay, you just hang tight. We should think about getting back to the mainland to get help. He'll be safe here, if we don't take too long. Boy, here's the thing. I have no idea how much is left, but I really need to stop right now. So, this is where I'm going to call it for the moment. Thank you all so much for watching. If there's 10 minutes left, then there's just going to be a real short episode coming up real soon. But I can't go anymore. So come back next time for probably the rest of it. And we'll see you then.